Hi everyone, and welcome to Business as Usual. I'm Daneen O'Donnell, and today I'm at a place that's going to become very popular with many of you over Thanksgiving. Today I'm with Dave Jones, who's the owner of Jones Turkey Farm here in Cabot. How are you?
Fine.
That's
How are you?
Good. I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
So I know very little about the turkey business, as I think many others do, except for the fact that they're already ready to cook when I see them.
Right.
So first, tell me a little bit about your history. I mean, is this a business that you chose to get into, something that's been in your family for many years? How'd you get involved?
My mother was raised on a farm, and my father was raised on a farm. It's in my blood. Everybody says I'm crazy, but then they say, well, it's in your blood. My father gave me the idea because he raised poultry when he was younger, growing up, because his father died young, and he was the oldest, so he had to do something to supplement the income for the family. Got the idea from him, and about 30 years ago, we started raising a few, and now at the point we're raising about 4,000 a year.
Oh my goodness. So how many would you say that you sell in a good year?
Probably 3,500.
Wow. So tell me the whole evolution of how this starts. You buy them as little chicks or whatever.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about what's special about how you raise them here on your farm.
Okay. It takes about 6 months to grow them. I get them when they're a day old. They come through the United States mail service.
Oh, in the mail?
They come in the mail in a
That's
box,
crazy.
and the boxes are engineered perfectly. So I get them when they're a day old, and I keep them warm at 100 degrees for several weeks. Then you have to, each week, cool the temperature down 5 degrees at a time till they get to the point where they're normalized. And then another batch comes. I get 1,000 or so at a time. And it takes about 6 good months to grow them. We grow our own feed. We don't use any chemicals or preservatives or anything on our turkeys. The only thing that touches our turkeys is ice water after they're in the process system.
Okay. Now, how many people does it involve to work this business? I mean, you get them in the mail, but I'd imagine there's a lot that needs to be done in between that and butchering them or whatever.
Well, we start in February, sometimes January if the weather's right, cleaning the building out. And then we have a fellow from Pittsburgh who comes out and he sanitizes the whole building.
Okay.
Believe it or not, it has to be like hospital clean inside there. It's not painted white like a hospital, but they use the same solutions and cleaning solutions that are approved. Yeah, they're approved by the hospitals, because any germ at all could wipe out 1,000 turkeys in a week.
That's fascinating. Now, do you have to have like inspectors and people come out and make sure that everything's like prim and proper before you can sell your turkeys, or what's involved with that?
Yes, we do. And I welcome them. They like coming out. The Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture comes out, and the United States Department of Agriculture comes out. They come out together and they visit and they inspect. They check the temperatures of my freezers. They check the cleanliness of the shop and the water temperature. And I have to have my water checked every year from my well. They want all that information.
Wow.
And they do like a white glove test.
Oh boy.
So.
Wow, that's a lot of detail.
Yeah, but you can't make anybody sick.
No, and you're right. And people really value the fact that there's nothing artificial going on too. That's a big thing now. We're coming back to that. Now, tell me a little bit about how you can't just, I'd imagine, just drive up, knock on the door, and say, "I'd like to buy a turkey." How do you go about getting a turkey from here?
It's funny because a lot of people do that.
Do they? Yeah.
The best way is to go to jonesturkeyfarm.com.
Okay.
Go to my website and then click on order online, and this very nice barn to door store opens up. Has everything that we sell, the pricing, the poundage, pickup dates, and so forth. Or I do get a lot of people that are kind of sheepish about the internet, so I'll take their order over the phone. I don't mind doing that.
Okay, they can call in.
Right.
And you mentioned other products, so besides turkeys, what else do you sell?
We sell frozen, whole-bodied turkeys. We sell frosty, fresh, whole-bodied turkeys.
Okay, but these are all your turkeys. They're all yours.
Yeah, they're all
that you
mine.
raised.
They're all mine. And we sell frozen whole-bodied chickens. We sell frozen turkey breasts and frozen turkey thighs. Now, we do sell two styles of turkeys. One frozen to 0 and then one chilled to 32. The last few that we butcher, we have to chill them to 32 degrees because we don't use any preservatives. 30 years ago, my wife and I decided that when we went into this, we weren't going to be pumping chemicals into turkeys to make people sick. So that's why they have to be either frozen to 0 or chilled to 32 degrees.
And do you think there's a big difference in the taste of those at all? And
well, the difference because we don't use preservatives.
Yeah.
100%. Because we grow our own feed and because we don't use preservatives, that's one of the reasons why people come from other states to get our turkeys.
And I was just going to ask you, how far away do you think is the furthest that someone's come to get your turkeys here?
Well, we've had people from mid-Ohio, West Virginia, and up New York City come down. I've had actually, they're out west, they have trouble growing turkeys, obviously, because I get calls from people out in California wanting me to ship turkeys out there, and I just won't do it.
Yeah.
I just sell them locally.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I'm still fascinated by the fact that they come in the mail. I think that's just crazy.
Well, I thought it was crazy, too, until I saw that how they have these boxes designed. And believe it or not, the Postal Service does a real nice job handling them. If for some reason they're shipped on a day that gets really hot, down at Cranberry, one of the main post offices where they get delivered before they come out here, they'll call me and say, Mr. Jones, do you want to come down and get your turkeys? Because if we put them in a truck, they're going to get up to 140 degrees and you won't get one live one. So they take care of me that way.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, I wanted to ask about something else because I see all these red wagons or carts sitting around your property. So tell everybody a little bit about those carts. What do you do with those?
Well, again, this comes from my father. Being the eldest son of a family where the father died young. He used to raise poultry to help supplement the income. Plus, he used to raise other ducks, geese, sweet corn, and he would load it up in a truck and take it down close to Pittsburgh and sell it. So as I got a little bit older and I thought about things, he said, well, he also, my father started Penn United Technology, and he always used to say, take your business to the customer. Take your product to the customer, make it easy, and you'll be successful. And that's what happened. We built a few trailers, then all of a sudden we had 40 trailers.
Oh my goodness.
Because the sweet corn was selling so good, because we would take it and park it at different locations. Some people would have to drive 3 or 5 minutes to get sweet corn for their supper.
And I see them all over, and it's sort of based on it's an honor system, right?
Yes.
Like, there's no one that mans those. It's based on the honesty of the customer to come pick what they want, and there's a money box on them.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's a great idea because then you have very close access to good grown corn.
Oh, right. I get compliments. Well, one lady called me last night and ordered a turkey, and she said, Mr. Jones, we just have to thank you for bringing sweet corn down to the one fire hall in Sharpsburg, Pleasant Valley Fire Hall, because she said we had sweet corn every night that you delivered. There's about 100 straight days we deliver the sweet corn.
Very nice.
And I get thank yous like that all the time. And there are a few people that sneak away without paying, but not many.
Not enough to worry about. Huh?
Right.
Well, now tell me a little bit about help. Do you look for people to come to employ on the farm, especially during certain times of the year? And if so, can they find out about that just by going to your website or calling, or how would they know how to contact you?
It's usually word of mouth.
Oh, okay.
Friend to friend, neighbor to neighbor, employee to employee. What I do is I order my turkeys in the spring, I plant my sweet corn, and I do a lot of praying that help will come when I need it.
Oh.
But I tell you what, I have some neighbor kids that are really great, and they have friends at Knock High School, Butler High School, Freeport High School, and I have to do very little advertising for help, but I still have trouble getting enough because it takes about 16 people in the processing shop to be efficient to do 400 at a clip or 500 at a clip.
Yeah, that's a lot of turkeys.
Yeah, so it's word of mouth, and we have a lot of good neighbor kids that help out, and they see how hard it is for me to do it with not enough help, so they get other friends involved and so forth. It works out.
Well, I think it's wonderful, and I'm so excited that I got a chance to finally come here and meet you and talk about your turkey farm. And folks, I know you're going to get a mouth-watering experience if you come and get your turkey here at Jones Turkey Farm from Dave Jones. For Armstrong, this has been Daneen O'Donnell with Business as Usual. Thanks for watching this episode of Business as Usual. If you want to see more, just click on the playlist button up here. To keep up to date with all the shows from the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, you can click on the subscribe button down here. See you next time.